Are people who work in the typical news media recklessly sinister, or are they stupid and retarded? Yes, I actually use the word retarded. Get over it. I ask this because in the Kings of Tupelo trailer, there's a tiny clip. That clip is some news broadcaster, and I use that word in quotes, from a decade ago. I don't recall which one, not that it matters, asking some question after I had told the press gaggle that the FBI was searching my Tupelo home. I think her question was, will they find anything? Which was stupid. And my reply was something along the lines of, well, everyone has their skeletons or secrets or some throwaway line like that. During that search, they spent hours walking in and out of my Tupelo home, wearing level 4 biohazard suits, Tyvek suits with the rebreathers, carrying out of the house as much as they could pack into their big trailer so that all of the television media, CNN and their ilk, could see all the evidence that the FBI had seized. A mountain of evidence, the DOJ called it, both in court and through the very same complicit media. We seized a mountain of evidence. That sounds sinister, doesn't it? Obviously, that makes it sound like they had somehow found what the rest of the world assumes by, literal definition, was evidence of a crime of some sort, any sort. But the DOJ doesn't actually use literal definitions. Not to the press and not to judges either. Evidence in DOJ FBI parlance simply means stuff we took. And they took a lot of stuff. And you already knew that, courtesy of the press. They took a lot. Or at least they took stuff until the cameras stopped rolling. But here is what you don't know. Nothing that they ever took or seized had any actual evidentiary value whatsoever. Nothing. For example, just last year, a U.S. federal judge ordered the FBI to return to me everything that they seized. Well, why is that? Because no evidentiary value to any of it. There was none. In fact, if they did, then that's kind of an item that they couldn't return, right? For example, O.J. could never get his knife or his gloves back. The Menendez brothers, they're never going to get their guns back. Jeffrey Epstein could never have gotten his naked Clinton videos back. Follow me? But the FBI was ordered to return everything to me. In subsequent court filings, you can actually personally see this. You can read this with your own eyes that the FBI was ordered to. And also, they didn't follow that judge's order, by the way. Even though they claimed, and they still claim, in their own legal court filings that they have, they lied to the court. As I point out in repeated filings, and I even prove it by providing lists that any child, any idiot can compare, except a judge apparently. They claim they've returned stuff that they clearly and obviously haven't. But it's okay, though, because apparently, because Sharon Aycock, like most other judges, they just love it when prosecutors and the FBI and law enforcement just lie to them. Judges don't want the truth, or at least that's my only explanation. It doesn't make sense. I mean, she hasn't offered any other. Anyway, also regarding the trailer, there's a couple of news articles about the Netflix trailer, about the Kings of Tupelo trailer, that were posted by WTVA, which are just an outright lie. And this is, by the way, why the news media has no credibility anymore. For example, there's a reporter who calls himself Ryan Coleman with Entertainment Weekly. Somehow claims that this is all about some rivalry between two Elvis impersonators, making the false claim, a new one, by the way, that I've never even heard, that I was an Elvis impersonator. Where'd that clown come up with that? There's no truth to that at all. So here's a note to Mr. Ryan Coleman. You just lied. I'm not. I never was. And there was no rivalry. There was no feud. There was no rivalry. I hardly knew that guy. Such a claim is either sinister or, in other words, I think it was just trying to diminish or mock me by using that fake claim, or it's stupid, or both. And it is possible, Mr. Ryan Coleman, that you've just started smoking crack again like you used to when you were turning tricks at age 12. See, Mr. Coleman, too, can play at that game. But this gives Entertainment Weekly a chance now to show some integrity and correct
This call is from a federal prison.
Mr. Coleman's fake and slanderous claim with an apology. You can fix it, Entertainment Weekly, and restore some patina of legitimacy by doing that, but we'll see if you have the courage to do that. My suggestion, quite frankly, is that you just start telling the truth instead. Also, again, here's another time. I'll tell you this one more time. I'm not the mailer. And also, stop pretending that Kevin Curtis is a martial artist. He's not. He never was. Never had a day of training in his life. So, is the media responding to the trailer? Are they stupid and retarded, or are they sinister and evil? Maybe it's both. Anyway, for today, that's my 3 chords and the truth. Are people who work in the typical news media